Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for this Monday edition of Northern Ag TV. I'm Coulter Brown. Well, the Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame has announced their inductees for 2025. This is their 17th class where 23 Cowboy legends will join some pretty prestigious ranks. Now, the Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame honors those for their notable contributions to the history and culture of Montana. For the Hall of Fame, the state is split into 12 districts, allowing for the election of one living inductee and one legacy inductee from each district. Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame President Dwayne Wilson said the Hall of Fame exists to honor those who made an impact in their part of the state and represent Montana's authentic Western heritage for future generations. The honorees will be formally inducted into the Hall of Fame February 8th at the Heritage Inn in Great Falls. Well, this past weekend was Ag Appreciation Weekend at the University of Wyoming in Laramie, and during the College of Ag's annual Dean's Banquet, some outstanding alumni and supporters were recognized. Cheyenne rancher Mark Isley was recognized. Of course, he's a tireless advocate for Wyoming's ag industry. Mark is a past president of the Wyoming Stockgrowers Association and Land Trust, served on the Wyoming Livestock Board, and is the current president of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Also recognized as an outstanding alumni was Major Craig Calkins, who leads an international team providing public health and veterinary services in Europe. Outstanding supporters include Art and Catherine Nicholas of Wagon Hound Land and Livestock near Douglas, whose $2.5 million gift to UW created the Wyoming Ranching Excellence Fund, supporting the Ranch Management and Ag Leadership Program. And then the National Western Stock Show was recognized for its support of ag education, awarding more than 100 scholarships annually, many of which support Wyoming youth. Well, this summer we saw some strong video sales, especially early in the season. That market was hot, besting the records that were set in 2023. However, as we got deeper into the season, prices moved lower. In August and September, uncertainty in the market allowed those values to dip. Now, in June and July, though, we saw 5.5 weight steer calves average $330 on the video, 10% above last year. In the back half of the season, though, prices fell to an average of $308. For the summer as a whole, 5.5 weight steers averaged $320, which equates to $104 per head more than last year. Now, on the video, typically we see more of those third-party program verified cattle and a lot more weaned and vaccination program calves selling. Some healthy premiums, as the program calves averaged a $9 premium to those not in a program, and the weaned preconditioned calves saw an $8 premium. That's almost double what it was 4 years ago. CattleFax is predicting that for the remainder of 2024, we'll see 5.5 weight steer calves trade from $285 to $310. And this past week, Yellowstone County Farm Bureau and the Montana Farm Bureau PAC hosted a candidate forum for the Montana Supreme Court. It was a great opportunity for voters to hear directly from the candidates on issues important to Montana's judicial system, with particular focus on ag and rural communities. Montana Farm Bureau Vice President and PAC Chairman Gary Heibertshausen shared with us why they felt it was important to offer the forum for their members.
There has not been a lot of candidate forums on the eastern part of Montana, and the Montana Supreme Court is a very important forum that we would like to educate our members about, because you see those names, you're not exactly sure who they are. We want these candidates to introduce to our constituents so they know when they vote and make an informed decision.
If you missed the forum, you can still catch it on our Northern Ag On Demand podcast or on the Montana Farm Bureau YouTube page. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the markets.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Well, the fall has been pretty kind to the cattle futures so far. We're trading near 2-month highs. On Friday, the market was mixed to mostly lower, but we've seen a lot of support from box beef, up about $13 here in the last 2 weeks. That's at least partly related to packers reducing the kill to support beef prices, and that can back up cattle in the feed yard. So we're watching that cash market pretty closely. But last week, the cash stayed steady. Live deals from 186 to 188, dress trade right at 296. A much larger offering of spring-born calves hitting the market now that we're in the middle of the fall run, and those calves are meeting pretty good demand. At Billings Live, we saw the 4.5 to 5 weight steers sell from $320 to $335, light 5 weights $305 to $317, mid to upper 5 weights $284 to $296. The lamb market was finally higher at the Newell Sheep Yard. Saw good demand for those 70-pounders. They were bringing $190 to $2. 80-pound lambs $169 to $179. Yearling replacement ewes at the sale bringing $225 to $285 a head. And the wheat market was a bit of a head scratcher on Friday. It was just barely inching higher throughout the week. Gave a lot of it back Friday when the World Supply and Demand report came out from USDA. Most of the headlines there focused on corn, with USDA estimating yields at an even higher record large average. That increased production and ending stock estimates, but corn just saw slight pressure. Those losses, though, did spill over to wheat despite favorable domestic ending stock figures that were lower than analysts were expecting. The Ag Department did increase world stock estimates for wheat, the result of adjusting 2024 stocks higher. Still, though, we're looking at the lowest world wheat supplies in 9 years. Well, thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Northern Ag TV. You can always find more ag news and markets on the website at northernag.net. Take care.